Hi all you mob out there, welcome to country. We're going to do a little bit of sprucing up of country. For all you other mob out there, we're going to do a little bit of greening Australia, but especially greening Bribie here at Ernest Sendall Park. And basically, it's all being organised by BIEPA, Bribie Island Environmental Protection Association. So, what I want to show you, thanks guys. Oh, they cost too much these days. what I want to show you is that basically you can get plants in little tiny pots like this or in great big things like this. And it doesn't matter, the rules are exactly the same. The wrong way to do something is coming up right now. Hey, look at this. I'm going to get this plant out of my pot. Oh, damn, I left all the roots in the pot with the soil. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'll stick it in the ground, it'll grow. No, it won't. Anyway, so what we're going to do is have a look at the right way to plant, the right depth to plant, which is really important, and the right way to dig your hole. So here we have an Australian native, and when you want to remove something out of a pot, you tip it, you spread your fingers across the trunk, doesn't matter even if it's little, you turn it upside down and lift the pot off. You don't tear the plant out of the pot. One of the things to look for first is roots. If roots are massively growing out, don't buy the plant because it's root bound in the pot. Here you can see there's just a few little roots at the bottom. The rest of the plant is in tip-top condition. So let's have a look. That is the top of the soil. That is when you make your level of soil where your soil finishes. It doesn't finish up here because if you put the trunk under the ground, it will get what's called collar rot. It'll get fungal attack and other attack from other critters. The plant will die. And if you leave it sticking this far out of the ground, then the plant dries out, it never does well, and you're just basically wasting your time. So, golden rule, where the soil finishes on the existing plant, that's the place to do it. So, the next thing, to dig a hole. People come along and they have what's called a square shovel. Not a hole digging shovel. Do not use this type of shovel to dig holes. If you've got one of these and you've been digging holes, you're breaking your back. What you need is a shovel that has a small point and is rounded. So the point easily breaks the soil, and the rounded part is like a spoon scooping ice cream out of the container. Right, this is another type of half round. This is what I like to use. Right, very good. And also important is the ledge here on the shovel. That helps you when you're pushing your feet into it. You have a narrow ledge, it hurts your feet. A good ledge makes life very easy, and it's this easy. All right, the ground you'll be working on has already been prepared. It's nice and soft, and all you do, if you're not sure how deep to dig it, again, golden rule, take the plant out of the pot, rest the plant somewhere safe, bring that pot over, and you can see there it's sticking out of the ground. The soil was at that level. So what we do is we make it a little bit deep. Right. Always make the hole wider, right? So that's about right. We can maybe just put a tiny bit in. And this is critical to the absolute long-term longevity of the plant. How quick it will grow, how healthy it will stay, how it will absorb nutrients, how it reacts with all the biota, the little animals around it in the soil. So I'll do it this way so you can see it. You just get the soil then, put it back around like this. Obviously not with the pot there. We're just pretending it would be like this, right? And then you use your fingers. You don't do what some people do, which is go, oh, yeah, right? Or I've even seen people get the old faithful sledgehammer out and start slamming it. What you're doing then is like crushing your legs, or crushing your fingers, or crushing your arms. You're crushing the roots. No good. Roots are they're tiny little delicate things, and they need to be handled delicately. So when you put your plant in, you can gently, not break off, but tease the roots. This is important because otherwise the roots just go round and round in circles. They never spread out. And you think, oh, that can't be right, but it is. And what happens is the plant grows really well for about 2 years. You get 2 weeks of hot weather, and because it doesn't have an extensive root system, it dies. It dies of lack of moisture. So just gently teasing them, not ripping them off. That's all you have to do. A little bit of a tease on the side. You can see here, that guy's loose now. We didn't tear anything, just very gently scraping. Bigger roots like this you leave alone. Pop him in the hole, right? And then very gently put it back and use your fingers to push the soil to make contact with the root ball. Don't stomp on it. Don't use a shovel. I've seen people going crazy with a shovel. Don't do that sort of stuff. All right, use your fingers. Think of it. Something you have to be gentle with. And then you can see that's the existing level. We just bring the last bit up to there, and that's how you plant. Right.
What about some mulch?
Now with mulch, very good question. You always leave it about 1.5 inches, 50 millimeters or so, 40 millimeters away from the trunk. And from there, then you can mound it up to about 4 inches, 100 mil thick minimum. The reason behind that is that, again, if you put the mulch hard up against the trunk, the diseases, the trunk gets moist, it stays wet, you get diseases, you get critters eating into the trunk.
And when do you put the water in?
As soon as you've planted it, that's the ideal time to water it. So what happens is here's the roots, here's the soil, and what you want is that. You want a connection. And what the water does, it fills in all the little gaps in between and makes a big, beautiful, natural connection. If you have a gap in between, the root, and there's air in there, the roots won't grow across, the plant will stay stunted forever, right? Or it will grow really slowly and it'll stress out big time in summer. The roots won't spread. What we're trying to achieve here is the roots to do their maximum spreading, which gives maximum growth, maximum health, maximum water retention, and just overall perfect health. So that's it. Remember, golden rules. Dig your hole. If you're not sure of the depth, use the pot that you got the plant out of as a guide. Turn the plant upside down. Lift the pot off the plant. Don't pull the plant off the pot. When you plant it, the hole is larger. You put the plant in, push the dirt around and use your fingers to push it in. Water it in, then put the mulch and leave a collar of nothing around the plant. And that's basically it. It's easy peasy Japanesey. I don't know if you can say that these days, but I did. And that's it. Go BIEPA. Yeah.